So it's been a few weeks and I haven't been making anything. Well, that's not true. I've been making things, but I haven't been confident enough to follow through on those things and then post them. So I figured, since I'm having such a hard time trying to make content or make videos or edit videos, because I have plenty of footage on a bunch of different things, it's just not all cohesive, so it wouldn't make sense to put them together. So if I'm having such a hard time doing that, I figured why not make a video about what it is that's making this so difficult for me to follow through on. Yeah. Here's video number 2. So what, it's been like 3 weeks, right? But now I'm starting to get an appreciation for some of those creators that make content almost daily or make content almost weekly or twice a week. It's incredibly difficult, like trying to come up with not necessarily ideas, but trying to come up with the time. I think time is the biggest thing for me. For anybody that truly knows me, time and money are those things that I'm probably the worst at managing sometimes. And making these videos are very time consuming. Like that opening of the camera, it took me over an hour just to film it. And that's just to film it. That doesn't even include editing. And from what you guys probably remembered, like that whole piece was maybe a minute and a half long. So trying to come up with a huge, big project or something that's gonna require more like 5 minutes or maybe even 10 minutes, it takes a long time to kind of get that done. But I don't know, today I felt some type of way. I figured I'd kind of let you guys into my headspace for a little bit, so I guess you guys can see, you know, where I'm at and why it's becoming a little difficult, but not impossible to get these done. And I'm hoping that after this video, I can start popping out a video or creating videos a little bit more often. So first, let's make a list. Let's see what we got here. And that's just what I remember. So let's see, I gotta email the police for my class. We're filming on campus and apparently you have to email them for that. I got to schedule the filming with them. I need to make several phone calls, important ones, especially to like the VA, so I can reschedule an appointment because I'm gonna be missing class. And I have to catch up on algebra homework. Stuck up in other things last week, so I wasn't able to catch up on that. Now I'm behind. I gotta finish filming and editing this. Yeah, so there's a lot. So like, I'm one of those chronic people that start a bunch of things but never end up finishing them. So well, here, let's just go through it, right? Let's dive deep into this. I haven't touched this in probably a month. Got a shelf full of books that I have yet to read yet. Still need to clean this damn office. All right, let's see, I got 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10, 14 games that I have yet to play yet, or I'm in the middle of. I have that, haven't even touched it. That. I'm pretty sure this one has like 3 games in it. Still haven't touched them. Just started this yesterday, so I need to finish that. And like I said before, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 separate projects for filming and photography that I need to finish. Plus I'm a full-time student, 12 courses, 2 of them online, 2 of them on campus. I work PRN, so that means they pretty much will call me or text me the night before and be like, hey, can you work tomorrow? As well as I'm trying to do this, expand my knowledge on this because I'm essentially doing it on my own. So with everything going on, it's just a lot. And I'm finding myself in this headspace where I have to figure out what it is I need to do on specific days, prioritize what those things are, and then execute. As you guys can see, like, I have so much going on my plate right now that at this point I don't even see the plate anymore. Like, I have so many things going on. I'm in this weird dichotomy, this mental dichotomy of, okay, you're doing too much versus you're not doing enough. So I have to figure out how to navigate that headspace and how to just get things done. Before I start doing any of this list today, or attempt to get to this list today, I need to get some breakfast. Alright, I need to get a new vacuum because the one I have is okay, but it doesn't have anything detachable. The couch and stuff. Stop procrastinating to get it and go to Walmart. So random trip to Walmart done. Rug wasn't exactly needed. Yeah, so like these little itty bitty things that I find myself having to do, keeping me from making content. So now I'm gonna go pick up an energy drink because I might have a small addiction to them. But yeah, so now we're gonna try and tackle the next few things on the list. Okay, so that's done, and let's see if we can knock out the rest of this list, or at least a part of it. Battery was dying, so snack time. It's really now satisfying. You know, when you think about having this beard, and mind you, maybe 2 months old, and I've never had one this long before, is I have to be careful of like what I'm eating and how I eat it, because it gets in here, and I'm not trying to like clean it all the time, you know. And I got a badass new comb, like I'm really excited about it. I'm not trying to be like out in public. Yeah, so just gotta be more careful, I guess. Okay, got some charge now. But yeah, okay, so like, what is keeping me from making content? Like, what is keeping me from kind of pursuing these things that I've been saying that I wanted to do? So, woke up, I think I got up around 8:30, 9 o'clock, started filming this, came up with the list, went to Walmart, knocked out some of the things on said list. I've been filming, doing a little bit of homework, and I've been replying to texts literally like all day. Like some of them are, you know, just kind of casual. Some of them were like, had to be done, school group and whatnot. What is it that's keeping me from doing all of this stuff, right? And I think the most obvious answer is me. But then again, it's not me at the same time. I'm always in this weird dichotomy of always feeling like I'm doing too much, but then also not doing enough. Like, look at this. I literally wrote this on my chair as a reminder to myself to just keep going. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that feels that way. I got a lot of important things going on in my life right now, right? So I'm a full-time student, I'm working, I'm trying to do this stuff, doing the gym, a new running program, better at just running in general. I'm trying to work with the VA and get all that stuff taken care of. You know, even though I was very fortunate to never have had any major injuries or anything else go on, like that's still a process that I need to go through. Before I got out, I had a nurse practitioner diagnose me with anxiety. I have no issue kind of bringing that to light. It doesn't bother me to say that I definitely do not have any sort of like crippling effects from it. I don't have panic attacks, which thankfully, you know, I'm very sympathetic for those that maybe you or those that you know of that do. But I don't get panic attacks. I don't have major issues from that necessarily. But I think it does have a part to play when it comes to things like this. So, you know, just writing out that list or trying to think of all the other things that I have to do, and then even some of those things on that list, it has subcategories of other little things I have to do. Like, instead of making a very important phone call today to try and schedule a date for something, I ended up sending an email instead and trying to get some guidance that way. Because the list of things I have to do for that specific thing is it's not very black and white. There's different variables that I have to consider, and I want to make sure that I'm doing it properly. So having this entire laundry list of things to do and then trying to navigate my way through that space is incredibly overwhelming. And I think for me, I don't know if it's necessarily an anxiety thing or if it's just kind of like an adulting type thing, but I get very overwhelmed. I get to a point where I look at the whole picture and I get so overwhelmed, and the only thing I really want to do is just avoid it. And that's a big problem of mine, is trying to avoid things that make me feel uncomfortable. And I think that's anybody, right? If you are outside and it's super hot, you're gonna want to go inside where it's cooler. As humans, as mammals, like, we naturally want to go from areas of discomfort to areas of comfort, and that's something that I'm working on, right? I want to make sure that I am not allowing that to take too much of my time. I want to make sure that I'm not letting my mind control me and I'm controlling my mind. When it comes to content creation, or when it comes to just doing stuff like this, right? Like, I want to continue making more videos, and I want to continue to dive into the photography world, and then dive into editing, and then not only video editing but photo editing and using Lightroom and Photoshop and just learning all of these things. It gets very overwhelming very fast, and that's not including all the other things that are already on my plate. And for me, for someone that has what I would consider very low level anxiety, finding ways to manage that or qualified people to talk to is kind of a big priority for me. So that's why I have to take care of things with like the VA. So I have all these things I have to do, right? And then that leaves me with this. It leaves me with trying to figure out what I want to do, and then when to do it, and then how much time and how much effort I want to put into those things. When it comes back to that question, what's keeping me? I think the easiest answer for me is to kind of go back to a quote that a very wise man once told me. I will probably hear about it when he sees it. Hey, Dad. You may not always be able to control the circumstances, but you can always control the outcome. And that's something that I've very much been trying to keep in mind. I have a lot of things going on, I really do. And I'm not trying to make excuses. That's the last thing I want to do. Another wise man once told me that the easiest thing in the world to make are excuses, and yeah, I think that's very much, there's a lot of truth to that. I don't want to make excuses, but I also do want to give myself some credit, and I do want to give others credit too, because there's other people that are dealing with more time-consuming things than I am, or much more difficult things than I am. I'm aware of that, and I want to make sure that I'm not reacting to my circumstance disproportionately than to what is actually on my plate. And also, I just kind of wanted to make this video because other people, maybe those that maybe needed to see something kind of like this, I want you to know that you are not alone. Just because other people might be, on an outward appearance, may have it all together, they may be doing a lot of things, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're not dealing with certain things, or they're not overwhelmed by their current circumstance either. And if you are one of those people where, you know, people view you as the strong person and having it well put together, and deep down you are putting a massive amounts of effort, you know, I want to make sure that you understand that you're doing a good job and that you are not alone. And for those of you that have never thought that way, or maybe you're thinking I'm not doing enough, like maybe you need to step back and really ask yourself, am I really doing a lot, or am I just kind of overreacting to my current situation? Because I think in today's society, and millennials and Generation Z, I think get a lot of flack for it, but I think our generations really do have a very overwhelming space that we have to navigate through. Because we have to worry about, you know, school, career, we have to worry about internet, we have to worry about family, working, paying taxes, and dying. And that's probably one of my greatest fears, is I don't want to be one of those people. I don't want to be somebody who just goes through the motions, and then next thing I know, I'm 70 years old and I don't really know what I did with my life. With all that being said, what's keeping me? Me is a big part of it. But then also, it's also just kind of my mind and the societal pressure that I need to be doing a lot more than I am now, or I'm not doing enough, or I'm doing too much. And I need to make sure that my effort to time ratio is where I need it to be. And yes, some of this filming today was time consuming, but it wasn't so much that I wasn't able to get it done. It wasn't so much that it kept me really too much from doing anything else. I hope that the next one doesn't take me 3 weeks to do. Hopefully you guys got something from this one. And, you know, let me know. It's on YouTube, or it's on Facebook, or if you just want to shoot me a text and, you know, just let me know, hey, like, what did you think? Like, what is it that you're dealing with that maybe you think is overwhelming, or you think maybe I'm not doing enough? Or just kind of let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know where your headspace is, and let me know what you're doing. Because I think it'd be beneficial to me, and then, you know, if you decide to start a thread on any of those platforms, I think it'd be very beneficial for others to read it also. So yeah, I'm going to get to editing this. That's going to take a while, and then I'm going to post it, all that good stuff. But hopefully you guys got something out of this. Hope you have a good rest of your day, rest of your week. Do the whole YouTube thing, like, share, subscribe, comment, blah, 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 blah. But thank you guys for the support. Thank you for watching. If you got this far, love you. Hopefully this one isn't that long either, but catch you guys in the next one, and we'll see you later. Peace.